Good morning, Father Fish. There is some confusion here and on our Discord channel about what we're really trying to achieve with this leaf mold approach to creating a biological substrate in order to be able to maintain a system that offers the opportunity for microfauna, microscopic living animals, to thrive in such numbers as to be able to provide adequate food for a small group of small fish. Well, it's only part of the story. The other part of the story is where we have been from the beginning. And where we have been is in the bottom of our tank. No, the very bottom of our tank, underneath everything, all the way down to the glass, slate, whatever you've got holding your tank together. That bottom we have defined as anaerobic. Now, clearly, the strata we're trying to create now with the leaf mold is not anaerobic. It is aerobic. It has oxygen in it. It needs oxygen in order to be able for these animals to survive. However, this deep substrate is relatively anaerobic. That is to say, it has a very low oxygen level, as does all water. Water has less oxygen per volume than air. So when a plant finally comes out, emerges from the water, it's able to flower and grow and do all sorts of things it can't do in the water. Nevertheless, plants, and let's stick with plants for a minute. Plants in an aquatic environment do not require the presence of oxygen in order to thrive. They typically live in low oxygen level zones. Think of it this way. An outdoor pond, a dirt pond. If that pond has been around for a long time, it has had blown into it over the years a substantial amount of leaf litter and other organic material. It becomes, in effect, a bog. It develops what amounts to peat. Very thick organic matter in the bottom that just builds up deeper and deeper and deeper. It is in an anaerobic environment. It creates of itself an anaerobic environment. Now, aquatic plants are able to thrive in that environment because their roots actually depend on anaerobics in order to break down the material that's there and provide that result as nutrition. Okay, that's one thing. The other thing is the anaerobic environment. And here's the issue. We want to create both. We want both an anaerobic environment and we want an aerobic environment. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, we manipulate the substrate. Watch this now. We do an inch of mud on the bottom. We do an inch of sand on top of that. And then that top inch of sand, we're making a change from what we've been discussing up to this point. We're mixing humic substances in with that sand. What are humic substances? Well, it's the leaves of trees, branches, little pieces of wood, broken down driftwood, those sorts of things. We're mixing that in, that top inch of sand. Now you can mix a little bit of gravel in there. You can make it a little more aerobic. You can mix a little peat in there too. A few of our people have suggested sawdust. But the critical component is the biological material that's available in the wild. And that's mycelium and bacteria. The mycelium and the bacteria break down the fibers of this humic matter, these leaves, and make them available to microfauna, little tiny animals that eat it. And there are other little tiny animals that eat them. And so we develop a food web. That's the nature of the food web. Now the food web feeds the fish. The waste from that food web feeds the plants. And the deep subs, because it creates a precipitation in which those waste organics are precipitating down into that substrate where the roots are to the plants. So there's the cycle. If you can see that, get a hold of that, try to understand it, then you'll know what to do in order to be able to achieve this food web we're talking about. The top layer is an inch of sand with humic mixed in with it, and then on top of that, a bed of humus, a bed of leaves, broken twigs, little things that are already broken down or in the process of breaking down that contain that living material, that mycelium and bacteria. Then if you want, you can put on top of that some moss, some algae, sphagnum, any of those kinds of plants, Java moss rather. Java fern will grow in it as well. In fact, it's a great media for the rhizome plants that we like so much. So, see if you can get a hold of this. We're gonna push it more. We're gonna clarify more as we go along. But what we're looking to do is the deep substrate with dirt, an inch of sand and humus, a little cap of humic substances, leaves, chopped up leaves, a little peat moss maybe, a little sawdust maybe. Don't get it too light and fluffy or it'll be all over the tank. Leaves work best because they're going to stay at the bottom and they'll form a kind of a mulch on the top that'll, as it breaks down, will move down into the substrate and be able to provide nutrition. Little fish will feed through all of that and they will raise their babies in that. Once they find that material, they're going to start spawning. So you'll have more spawning, and better success raising the babies with this kind of humic substance at the top. The food web. The food web is critical to being able to maintain a genuinely balanced aquarium. So there you have it, for all that's worth. And I hope it's worth something to you. Come on over to Discord, meet with us, talk with us. We've got a big crowd of people over there who are all excited about this process. So we're doing a lot of work on a daily basis on our Discord channel. The link is below. Come on over and participate. Become a part of that process. You'll thoroughly enjoy it. Now, please, if you have not clicked on the subscriber button, please do so and hit the bell. We're trying to get the algorithm to acknowledge that we exist. We need you to do that in order to say, hey, Father Fish is out there. We want him broadcast more widely. Just do that for us. It'll make a difference. I hope it'll make a difference. Take care for now. God bless you. Come on over to Discord. We'll see you there. Bye for now.